Welcome to Study Loop.
Hello students, let's begin with this question. Here this data is provided. We have to find out the mass of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, empirical formula and the molecular formula. So in order to find out that, let's firstly find out the moles here. So formula used to find out the moles is equals to the given mass divided by the molar mass. So firstly here the moles of the CO2 is equals to 2.265 gram divided by 44.01 gram per mole. So these moles are 0.041514 moles. From this we can find out the moles of carbon. This here is a one atom of carbon. So moles of carbon is equals to 0.0514 moles. Now we can find out here the mass. So here the mass of carbon is equals to, this is equals to 0.0514 moles multiplied by its molar mass 12.01 gram per mole. So here we get the mass of the carbon, which is equals to 0.617 gram. Now we have to find out the moles of the H2O, which is equals to 1.236 gram divided by molar mass is 18.015 gram per mole. So here these moles are 0.0686 moles. So here there is two hydrogen atoms. So moles of the hydrogen is equals to 2 multiplied by 0.0686 moles. So this comes to be, so this is equals to 0.1372 moles. Now here we can find out now the mass of the hydrogen. So the mass of the hydrogen is equals to 0.1372 moles multiplied by the molar mass of hydrogen is 1.016 gram per mole. So when we solve this we get here the mass. So here the mass of the hydrogen is equals to 0.139 gram. Now we can find out here the mass of the oxygen. So the mass of the oxygen is equals to, the given mass of compound is 1.031 gram minus 0.617 gram minus 0.139 gram. So this comes to be, so here the mass of this oxygen is equals to 0.275 gram. Now nextly we have to find out the moles here. So now firstly the moles of the carbon is equals to, this is equals to 0.617 gram divided by 12.01 gram per mole. So these moles are 0.0513 moles. Then here the moles of the hydrogen is equals to, so this is equals to 0.139 gram divided by 1.008 gram per mole. So this comes to be 0.137 moles. Now then here the moles of the oxygen is equals to, this is equals to 0.275 gram divided by 16 gram per mole. So this comes to be 0.0171 moles. Now here we have to compare the mole ratios to find out the empirical formula. So this will have the lowest moles. So here the mole ratio is 0.0513 upon 0.0171, ratio of 0.137 divided by 0.0171, ratio of 0.0171 upon 0.0171. So here comes to be 3 and here comes to be 8 and this to be 1. So here the empirical formula is, so this is C3H8O. Now after that we have to find out the molecular formula. So here firstly we have to see here the, so here we have to see the, there we have to find out the one factor here. So here the molecular formula, this molecular formula is already given upon the empirical molecular formula, molar mass. So now this molar mass is already given in the question, so we can find out this. So here comes to be 18.0 180.28 upon here the molar mass of this is 60.01 gram per mole. So here comes 60.01 gram per mole. So here this we have finding out the n factor here. This n is equals to 3. So here the molecular formula comes to be here the molecular formula is equals to C9H24O3. I hope this video is useful for you to understand this problem. Thank you.